Aries, just imagine this. Within the next 72 hours, a current of energy from the universe will begin to weave its way into every corner of your life. Not loud, not with fanfare, but strong enough to stir even the parts of you that have been asleep for far too long. Like an early spring breeze, gently touching the petals of flowers still closed, waking them with soft light and the quiet warmth of a brand new day. Maybe you've grown used to carrying it all on your own, walking roads lined with challenge after challenge. But this time, the universe doesn't want you to walk alone. It's placing in your hands an invisible map, guiding you through the turns you once thought were dead ends, lighting up the shadowed places where you once felt lost. And each step you take in the coming days will be like stepping onto glowing stones, one by one, bringing you closer to the deepest wish in your heart. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to know exactly how it will all happen. You only need to open your heart and listen for the subtle signals, a chance conversation, a sudden spark of thought, or a quiet moment when you realize you're not the same as before. Once that energy starts to flow, it will carry with it everything needed to bring that wish closer to reality. So treat these 72 hours as a sacred invitation, an invitation to step beyond the door of old limitations and into the open space where light and opportunity are waiting. And then, when you start to feel the new heartbeat of your life, you'll notice the signs are coming closer than ever, as if the entire sky is getting ready to whisper something to you, something you've always longed to hear. Aries, have you ever felt like you were walking through a fog so thick you couldn't even see the road ahead? Not because you weren't strong enough or smart enough, but because life sometimes likes to test us with turns that have no signs. There were moments when things that once felt simple suddenly became complicated. Decisions that once felt certain turned into questions, hanging quietly in the back of your mind. You began to doubt the path you were on, even doubt the dreams that once kept you awake at night, too excited to sleep. But then there comes a moment, and it's closer than you think, when that fog begins to thin. You start to see more clearly, as if an invisible hand just pulled back the curtain before your eyes. And this isn't just your everyday clarity. It's a light that comes from deep within, a light that reaches even the dark corners you've been avoiding for far too long. You'll begin to connect the pieces of your journey. Failures that once seemed meaningless will reveal their lessons. Losses that felt like nothing but emptiness will suddenly feel like the very foundation of the strength you carry today. You'll understand why you had to walk through those dark days. And more than that, you'll understand what's been holding you back and what's been waiting for you ahead. It's like standing on a high peak, looking back at the entire road you've traveled. You see the sharp turns, the steep climbs, even those rare, gentle stretches. And you know exactly which direction will take you where you want to go. No more chasing what doesn't belong to you. No more letting someone else decide the pace of your steps. Aries, when your mind becomes clear, your heart finds its rhythm. Your dreams and your actions begin to move as one. You're no longer pulled apart by the expectations of others. Instead, you feel a powerful pull from within, guiding you back to where you truly belong. So get yourself a notebook, a pen, because in the coming days, those now I see moments will arrive without warning. When you're sipping your morning coffee, when you're driving down a familiar road, or in the stillness of an early dawn, write them down, because those thoughts, they're not random. They are your compass, your map, your keys to doors you once believed didn't exist. And here's the thing. This clarity won't just help you keep moving. It will help you walk with a new kind of faith in yourself. Faith that what's coming is worthy of everything you've endured with such quiet courage. And soon, you'll notice that when your mind is clear and your heart is steady, strange, beautiful signs start to slip into your life. An invitation, a message you weren't expecting, or maybe a glance shared with someone in a place you never thought you'd meet. As if the universe is gently leaning in, opening doors made only for you. And from that moment on, your path carries you deeper into another layer of the story, where surprises have been patiently waiting for you to arrive. Aries, there are opportunities that don't knock the way you expect. They don't show up under bright lights or in the applause of a crowd. Instead, they arrive quietly, like a gentle breeze, nudging open a door you thought had been shut for a very long time. And when you look closely, you realize behind that door is a whole new sky, a place where everything you've ever dreamed of seems to be waiting for you. It could be a sudden phone call from an old friend bringing information you never imagined, or a chance encounter at a familiar cafe that unexpectedly opens a new direction for your work, your finances, or even your relationships. Sometimes it's simply a sentence overheard, but it makes you suddenly realize you're standing at a crossroads. Aries, the universe has its own way of answering the quiet prayers you've whispered. There are nights you may have forgotten, when you told the sky what your heart longed for, but the universe never forgets. It arranges the pieces and waits for the right day to place into your hands an opportunity that fits perfectly with that dream. In the days ahead, you'll start to see the signals more clearly. It will feel like everything is being rearranged, putting you in the right place at the right time. But to see it and to take it, you'll need an open heart and a sharp eye. Don't let busyness or old fears make you miss that golden moment. Because when opportunity comes, it doesn't stay long. It will test you to see if you're brave enough to step into the unknown, if you trust yourself enough to say yes before your mind has the chance to talk you out of it. Remember, not every road is paved, but the right opportunity will give you that feeling, the one that makes your heart beat a little faster, your eyes shine a little brighter. And deep inside, you'll know, even if you don't see the whole story yet, this is the direction you're meant to take. And when you choose to walk through that door, the magic begins to ripple outward, like dropping a pebble into a still lake. The circles widen, connecting you to things you never saw coming. You'll meet people, ideas, and the next opportunities all drawn toward you by that very first step. But you know, the most beautiful thing about an opportunity isn't the reward it brings. It's the way it shows you that you're ready to stop waiting for the miracle, and instead, step right into the middle of it, ready to stop only dreaming and start living inside that dream. And then, as you're breathing in the fresh air from that newly opened door, other waves of emotion will arrive. They'll test you in their own ways. But this time, you won't meet them with a rigid defense. You'll meet them with a softer, deeper, and far stronger power than ever before. Aries, there are opportunities that don't knock the way you think they will. They don't arrive under bright lights or in the roar of applause. Instead, they come quietly, like a soft breeze nudging open a door you thought had been shut for a very long time. And when you look closer, you realize behind that door is an entirely new sky, a place where everything you've ever dreamed of seems to be waiting. It might be a sudden phone call from an old friend, carrying news you never expected, or a chance meeting at your usual cafe that opens a completely new path for your work, your finances, or your relationships. Sometimes it's just a single sentence overheard, but it hits you in a way that makes you realize you're standing at a crossroads. Aries, the universe has its own way of answering the quiet prayers you've whispered. Maybe you've forgotten the nights you spoke them, when the world was asleep and it was just you talking to the sky. But the universe hasn't forgotten. It's been arranging the pieces, waiting patiently for the day it can place into your hands an opportunity that fits your dream perfectly. In the coming days, the signs will grow clearer. It will feel as if everything is shifting, lining up to place you in the right place at the right time. But to see it and take it, you'll need an open heart and sharp eyes. Don't let busyness or old fears cause you to miss that golden moment. Because when opportunity comes, it doesn't linger. It will test you to see if you're willing to step into the unknown, to see if you trust yourself enough to say yes before your mind tries to pull you back. Remember, not every road is paved, but the right opportunity will give you that unmistakable feeling, your heart beating a little faster, your eyes shining just a little brighter. And deep down, you'll know, even without seeing the whole picture, this is the way forward. And when you choose to walk through that door, the magic begins to ripple outward. Like dropping a pebble into a still lake, the circles expand, connecting you to things you never saw coming. You'll meet people, ideas, and the next opportunities, all drawn to you by that very first step. But the most beautiful thing about an opportunity isn't the reward it brings. It's how it shows you are ready to stop waiting for the miracle and instead step right into the middle of it, ready to stop only dreaming and start living inside that dream. And then, as you're breathing in the fresh air from that newly opened door, other waves of emotion will arrive. They will test you in their own way. But this time, you won't meet them with rigid defenses. You'll meet them with a softer, deeper, and far stronger power than ever before. Aries, There are wounds you can't see with your eyes, yet they quietly shape every breath you take, every step you walk. They don't bleed, but they weigh heavy on your heart. Sometimes you think you've forgotten, that you've moved on, but then a single word, an image, or a place is enough to pull the memory back, along with the feelings you thought you'd buried. The beauty of this moment is that you're beginning to feel strong enough to stop running. No more pretending you're fine. No more smiling just to cover the ache. You're ready to face what once broke you, and to see that the pain no longer has the same power over you. It's like a garden left untended for years, where the thorns of anger, resentment, and regret have overgrown the path. But as you start to clear it, cutting away the dry branches, pulling the weeds from the roots, the light begins to pour in, and you realize underneath it all there are still seeds of faith and love, waiting for you to give them room to grow. Letting go of negative emotions doesn't mean forgetting everything. It's learning to look back without shaking, to remember without the lump in your throat. You begin to see that what once hurt you has also shaped the strength you carry today. And this strength, it isn't loud. It's steady, quiet, unshakable. When your heart is cleared of the dust of the past, you start to feel the rhythm of the present more vividly. Life feels lighter. You smile more, not because everything is perfect, but because you know you are strong enough to meet whatever comes. Aries, this is the foundation of true maturity, to be grateful for even the darkest days, because they made you resilient, and they deepened your compassion. From here, you will step into new challenges, not with fear, but with curiosity and confidence. And then in the quiet space between two breaths, you'll realize something. When the heart is wide open, the universe sends bigger and more surprising gifts. Not just in work or money, but in wholeness, the kind of inner peace that will guide every step you take from here. Because when a heart has healed, it no longer just chases success. It learns how to protect and nurture everything it touches. And maybe that's when you start to hear it, the echo of a turning point coming closer, soft as a breeze, yet strong enough to move the course of your entire journey. Aries, money has never just been numbers in an account. For you, it's freedom. It's the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can take care of the people you love. It's the foundation to build the life you've always wanted. And after a long journey of hard work, saving every dollar, investing your time and energy piece by piece, this moment is for you to receive. This financial breakthrough that's coming, it's not a gift falling from the sky. It's the result of those late nights, finishing work while the world slept. It's the mornings when you pushed yourself a little further, even when every part of you wanted to rest. It's the reward the universe gives to those who keep planting, even when there's no sign of harvest yet. It could be a new contract opening the door to a more stable income. It could be an unexpected investment opportunity or a job offer you never thought would land in your hands. It might even be money you put into something long ago, finally paying off. Whatever form it takes, it will come at the perfect time, as if it's been calculated to ease the financial pressure you've been carrying. But Aries, when money comes, it doesn't just bring comfort, it tests you. It asks, are you wise enough to manage it, clear enough to use it for what truly matters? Money can be nourishing energy or a fire that burns everything down. It all depends on how you hold it. So start preparing now. Look over your finances. Cut out what you don't need. Make room for the new flow that's coming in. Write down exactly what you want this money to do, to invest in your future, to secure your family, or to create something of value for your community. When your goals are clear, money becomes a tool, not a burden. And most importantly, don't let the thrill of the moment make you forget that this is the result of an entire journey. Honor it the same way you honor yourself, the one who has walked through challenge after challenge to arrive here. And then, when financial stability starts to lay down its firm foundation, you'll notice you have more space to breathe, more time to dream bigger dreams. At that point, money won't just buy you what you want, it will open doors, leading you to deeper desires, the kind that aren't measured in numbers, but in the meaning they bring to your life and to the lives of others. Because sometimes it's only when we're no longer worried about survival that we can truly hear the call of a greater purpose. And Aries, that call is coming closer than you think. Aries, there's a question each of us carries in our hearts, even if we sometimes try to ignore it. It's not, how do I become successful? It's not, how can I make more money? It's, What was I truly born to do? Over the years, you may have walked many different roads, some chosen by your own will, others shaped by circumstance. There were moments you felt fully alive, but there were also seasons where everything became blurry, as if you were just moving through each day without knowing where you were headed. And then there comes a moment, and I believe it's very close, when all the pieces of your life begin to fall into place. Every experience, joy or pain, every victory, every failure suddenly makes sense. You see, nothing was meaningless. Every step, every tear, every time you had to rise after a fall was a line the universe was drawing to complete the picture of you. When you find your true purpose, everything changes. You stop chasing goals set by other people. You stop feeling like you have to race just to prove your worth. Instead, you start living with a calm certainty, but also with power. Purpose is like a lighthouse in the night. It doesn't pull you faster, but it lets you know exactly where you're going and why you chose that direction. For Aries, that purpose is often tied to action. You don't just dream, you want to bring what you believe into reality. You want to create value, leave your mark, and look back one day knowing your presence made this world better, even in some small but meaningful way. And here's the miracle: when you live true to that purpose, the people around you will feel it. They'll be inspired. They'll see the strength and light within you. And sometimes just by walking your path, you become a guiding light for someone else. Remember, purpose is not a fixed destination. It grows, it shifts, it matures as you do. But right now, with all you've lived through, with all the wisdom you've gained, the universe is ready to show you more clearly than ever why you are here. Take the time to listen to yourself. Let the deepest questions guide you, not to find an instant answer, but to open new doors within your soul. Because when your purpose is clear, the path becomes bright. And when the path is bright, every step you take carries meaning, not just for you, but for everyone lucky enough to walk beside you. And soon you'll realize, when your heart beats in rhythm with your mission, what follows is not just opportunity, but the quiet confirmation from the universe that you are in the right place at the right time, and everything you need is already finding its way to you. Aries, you've walked through the deeper layers of your story. You've touched clarity, opened unexpected doors, stood firm through emotional storms, embraced your financial breakthrough, and found your own lighthouse. Now, what's left isn't about waiting for more miracles. It's about becoming the miracle yourself. Be proactive instead of waiting. Don't get caught in the cycle of when everything is ready, I'll begin. Because sometimes it's only when you begin that everything truly becomes ready. Write down your goals and watch for the signs the universe sends. See every coincidence as a message, every unexpected chance as an invitation. When you pay attention, you'll notice invisible threads, weaving every detail of your life into a larger picture. Trust your intuition and dare to say yes to a new opportunity, even if it makes you tremble, because that feeling is often the sign you're standing on the edge of something important. Don't let the safety of the familiar block your view of the brilliance waiting just ahead, because this is not just a period of change. It's a complete transformation. This moment marks the time when you no longer chase someone else's light, but shine with your own. And when you step forward, radiant, without asking permission, without waiting, you'll realize the entire sky has been waiting to reflect that light back to you.